Kevin Kaslana, the greatest hero of humanity. Today we are going to talk about Kevin Kaslana, who he is and how strong he is. And I would love to hear your opinion about it in the comments section below. Now before we start, don't forget to subscribe, like and share to support the channel, and without any further ado, let's just get started. Kevin's story starts in the previous era, 50,000 years before the start of the main story of Honkai Impact 3rd. He was a student who liked to play basketball. He then saw a girl called May, which we refer to as Dr. May to differ her from the current era May. He loved that girl and wanted to be with her all the time, a decision that will change the trajectory of his entire life. Dr. May was extremely smart and therefore she was hired by the Fire Moth to fight the Honkai. Since Kevin wanted to stay with her, he offered to join the Fire Moth and become a soldier. Sadly though, when he joined the Fire Moth, he went under surgeries to receive new powers to be able to fight the Honkai. And his power was the ability to freeze anything, which also meant that his body temperature was so low nobody could get near him or else they would freeze. This also meant that he couldn't be around Dr. May anymore and pretty much any other normal human being. His new power was so broken that he was able to win many fights against the Honkai, and he managed to kill many Herrschers, including some who were his friends, but Herrschers awakened inside their bodies. These cases caused a lot of pain to Kevin, and it made him even cry. However, when the final Herrscher, Herrscher of finality or Herrscher of the end, was awakened,
ごめんね、ケビン。病気は治ったから、あなたが月から戻ってきたら、ずっと一緒にいられるって言ったけど、あなたはその度に、私が嘘をついていると知りながらも、私を信じてくれて。
None of the heroes of the previous era was able to defeat her, and she eradicated everything. Luckily, Kevin and his friends had a plan B, and that was to go into cryo sleep and awaken in the future, and try to rebuild the civilization in a way that would make it more prepared for the Herrscher of finality when she awakens again. Kevin and the ones that were left from his friends started to implement the plans that Dr. May left for them before dying from the Herrscher of finality in the previous era. Sadly, all of their plans failed, which left them with the final plan, Project Stigma. Dr. May's quote for this project was, "Humanity shall defeat Honkai at any cost." The reason was that the first version of this plan was to expose all human beings to Honkai radiations to make them awaken stigmata. However, the problem is that only around 2% of the human civilization would have survived and awakened stigmata, while the rest would have died. Also, 99% of the 2% would have been girls, because girls have higher Honkai resistance than men. Which pretty much means that they would commit a suicide in order to prevent the Herrscher of finality from killing everyone. So that's why the quote is, "Humanity shall defeat the Honkai at any cost." At the start, Kevin tried to implement this plan, but after multiple failed attempts, because of Kaslana who always interrupted his plans, he decided to change the plan and made it instead what Welt was describing to Acheron. He saw all of humanity's dreams together and created a giant called Spiritual Adam. This Spiritual Adam works in the same way that Pinakuni in Honkai Star Rail works. All human beings will live in a dream free from diseases and anything that can cause them harm. He was also embraced by the Cocoon of Finality because for the first time ever the Cocoon of Finality embraced two people at the same time, Kevin and Kiana. The Cocoon wanted to see who is going to win, Kevin Kaslana or Kiana Kaslana. Kevin, on the other hand, never wanted to win. He knew that his plan isn't an actual victory and therefore he helped the trio to gain maximum power. Then he faced them hoping that they would be able to defeat him and give humanity a different alternative of victory. Now you might ask, if he never wanted to win, why didn't he just let them win without a fight? That was because he wanted them to understand how powerful the Herrscher of Finality is, and he wanted them to prove that they are strong enough to give humanity a different alternative of living. Kevin was extremely strong boss to fight because not only did he have the Herrscher of Finality power, but he also has his deliverance form as well. After a long fight that was one of the most insane boss fights ever, the trio managed to defeat Kevin. Kevin then talks with Kiana and congratulates her on her victory because she is now the goddess of humanity, and then leaves to join his friends in the other life. Kevin is considered the greatest hero of humanity because he lived for humanity and he did everything he could to protect humanity from Honkai. Even if that meant that humanity itself would view him as a villain, he didn't care. As long as it would save humanity, that is all that mattered. He lived as a hero, but sadly, his life was never filled with people cheering for him, but it was filled with death and blood. This is the story of the greatest human hero in Honkai Impact 3rd. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I would love to hear your opinion about it in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share to support the channel, and with that being said, see you as always in the next video.
鳥はなぜ飛ぶと思う？